Right, what's up guys, here on the channel, here back today bringing you another video. I'm going to be focusing today on the Splinter Cell Tom Clancy franchise because with the return of Sam Fisher to Ghost Recon Breakpoint, I thought this could be an interesting thing to talk with you guys about and potentially get your ideas or thoughts on what you want to be going forward with the Splinter Cell franchise. And I thought I'd put forward what I think is going to be happening, what I'd like to happen, all that good stuff as well. If you do enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. And well, let's just get right into it. So with the Splinter Cell franchise, we obviously haven't had a new game in a very long time. There hasn't been a Splinter Cell that's come out when I've really been playing games properly. It's been a hell of a long time. Also, I've never played one when it's released due to rage restrictions and that sort of thing. Which is insane, really, when you think about the amount of Tom Clancy games that have been released in the last few years. We've had Ghost Recon games, The Division's become a thing, all of these cool things. And the only real thing we've seen from Splinter Cell is Sam Fisher making cameos, firstly in Ghost Recon Wildlands in a really fun mission, and he's now returned to Ghost Recon Breakpoint as well, with Michael Ironside doing the whole voiceover stuff. And when he made the return to Wildlands, we thought that might be a prerequisite for a new Splinter Cell game being announced. Obviously that hasn't happened, and now with Sam Fisher also being in Breakpoint, I think it's really interesting whether or not people actually think we're going to be getting a new Splinter Cell game anytime soon. And quite frankly, I'm leaning towards there not being a brand new Splinter Cell game, being one of the new AAA games coming from Ubisoft in the next 12 months. We certainly know that in the year 2020, at least initially, the plan was for there to be 4 to 5 AAA games. I made a video on that a few months ago now, if I think about it. Assassin's Creed is probably one of them. There's probably going to be another Tom Clancy game of some sort, but they don't think it's going to be any sort of Splinter Cell thing, from what I can remember. But you guys can go look up that article if you're really interested. But we do know that Assassin's Creed is almost certainly going to be one of those games. But I don't think that Splinter Cell is going to be one of them, unfortunately. I'd love to be wrong. I'd really love to be wrong. I'd love for a new Splinter Cell release to be announced. Obviously, E3 isn't happening this year because of coronavirus, but it'd be really cool if there was some sort of announcement that coming this autumn, this fall, however you want to say it, a new Splinter Cell's coming out. But I don't think it's going to happen, and I honestly think that the reason that Sam Fisher keeps on coming into these Ghost Recon games is that Splinter Cell fans have something to fucking care about. But quite frankly, I don't give a shit because Ghost Recon Breakpoint isn't a very good game, so you can't just go, well, oh, we're having this cool Splinter Cell stuff by putting it in here, because I'm not playing Breakpoint because, as I've said, it's not very good, which is a shame. But potentially one way around this for Ubisoft that would be more cost effective than potentially making a whole new game would be to do some sort of remaster, and that might potentially be a way to stock up on Ubisoft games that can be played on the next generation of consoles. Obviously, they're going to be coming out at the back end of 2020. And I can't see Ubisoft taking quite such a big risk by making one of their release titles for the Xbox and PS5 that are going to be coming out the back end of this year. I can't see them risking that. And with Splinter Cell, it's not the household name that it potentially used to be in terms of wider public opinion. But what they could do is do a remaster. I think that would be a fairly reasonable way to go about things, because in reality what they could do is make it effectively for the Xbox One and PS4 and then just scale it up for the new consoles, or vice versa. They could make it for the new ones rather, and scale it down for the old ones, and I can't see that costing them anywhere near as much money. They aren't having to invest money in sort of like scripts and in physical level design. They're more going to be having to invest money in graphical upgrades, potentially a reworking of an engine, that sort of thing. But they could use a whole load of old data, which could be a potential way to get a new Splinter Cell in. Now, don't get me wrong, I would love for there to be a new Splinter Cell game coming out. I'm certainly hoping that Ubisoft do have a nice Tom Clancy game coming out for the new consoles. I'm probably going to be picking myself up the new Xbox when it comes out, because one of the really things I do love about the new consoles, this is slightly off topic, is that if I'm on the Xbox Series X and I've got a friend on the Xbox One, I can still talk to them in a party. That's really fucking cool. I can't speak about PlayStation. I know I'm not going to get a PlayStation, so I've not been following that amount. But one of the worst things about the bridge between 360 and Xbox One, obviously, was that you couldn't play with friends who were on the different console. Well, so you can now going forward, so that's wonderful. But anyway, I am hoping that there'll be some sort of Splinter Cell release. I think a remaster is more likely than a new one. But in reality, what I think will probably keep happening is that Sam Fisher will pop up in various Tom Clancy games, and we won't see a Splinter Cell for some time, which is unfortunate. But new console, who knows? But anyway, that's the video for today, guys. I'm really interested to see what you think about this. What do you want, and what do you think will happen going forward with the Splinter Cell franchise? Do let me know down in the comment section. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.